Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. And welcome to Art on Stacks, right here on X every Tuesday at 2 p.m. ET. I'm Good Kitty. I'm the lead steward on the NFT track for the Stacks DeGrants funding program, and I'd like to welcome our guests and stewards to the show today. Thank you very much to everyone for joining us, and I hope you enjoy what we've got in store. Um, Before we get into the conversation, I'd like to start the show with a little information about the program, what it is, and in general, what we're looking for those who are new and would like just a bigger understanding of what we're here for. So, the Stacks DeGrants program is an initiative that's been funded by the Stacks Foundation, but designed and developed for the Stacks community by the Stacks community, which makes it an extremely unique funding program because we're really able to engage with the community that we're part of to discover new talent in the ecosystem and help grow it in this very transparent and engaging environment. Um, the program targets, so in general, the program targets six different tracks covering NFTs, community and governance, DeFi, developer, BNS, and there's also a general category to submit your own project that doesn't particularly lie within one of those five specified tracks. And the tracks are facilitated by a group of stewards who coordinate their particular category. We all run uh, Twitter spaces. They are daily Twitter spaces, depending on which track you are involved with. Pretty much like this one to support NFT goals, uh, NFT community, and then just providing updates and offering specialized mentorship to the applicants. The stewards are also available on Console, which is a platform similar to Discord, and we use it as our central communications hub for the program, so you can find us all there. Um, and then you can also find out more on our official website at dgrants.xyz. I'm going to pin a tweet in the nest in a moment with all the info for the program, for the DeGrants program in particular, in general. And then, so yeah, so that's the basics when it comes to DeGrants in general. And of those five tracks, we're here to represent the NFT community. Okay, so here we're looking for creative innovation in art, music, film, photography, and literature. Each one of those fields is led by a steward uh, with my co-host Grim on art, Caletso, who I hope will be joining us soon on photography, Sarah on literature. She's unavailable. She's not available to join us today. She's still out on a Greek island and they haven't had Wi-Fi for a couple of days. But she is in touch with me and she has been going through the applicants, so all good that side. And if you do have any questions in that regard, you're welcome to fire away to me. And if I can't answer you, I'll make sure that I do get something for you from Sarah. And then we also have Tank Thunderberg, who is advising us on film. She's also busy with a film project at the moment, so is unable to attend all the spaces. But again, I am in communicado with her, so we'll make sure your questions get to her if you have any. All right, so if you have submitted something or are still looking to, please put your hand up and join us here on stage. We would love to get to know you if we don't already. And yeah, I'll just spend a little time going through any final questions you might have or conversations you might have before applications close. Um, and just on that, applications do close this week on Friday, the 28th of June. So this will be the last space where you can check in uh, for your final submission. So please take advantage of that. And then if you've missed any of this, all the details you need are on my website, goodkitty.xyz. And you'll find a link in my bio for all of that. And I'm also going to pin a tweet into the nest with a thread about the NFT track as well. Okay, and then before we kick off the conversation, please can I ask that you guys share the room? We've got a great show lined up. I'm sure we've got lots of artists wanting to share, and I'd like to spread the word as far as I can go. So yeah, if you can do that for us, that'd be great. And that is the end of my long soliloquy. Welcome, Grim.
Hello. Can you hear the fan in the background or is it okay?
Oh my God, you and your fan. When
Can
is
you
winter gonna come for Grim?
I know, I hate it. I literally can't deal. Thank God the place that I work at right now is air conditioned, so I'm not like suffering too much.
No, but your
But
fan is
yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, the okay. As long as the fan isn't overriding, then we're all good. Yeah, I'm good. I hope you're good too. I know I've been a bit quiet. I got a new job and I'm adjusting to working 40 hours a week again after basically 5 months of, just waiting to have a job. So it's because I'm on my feet all day and like interacting with people. So it's no, but it's good. But I'm quite tired. So
What are you up to in your job?
so I work at like a little like chocolate and like fudge store, but also it's like a wine store
Ooh,
because of where I like because of
ooh.
the area where I live in is like very like wide um focused. So I do wine tastings too. So I help with wine tasting. So yeah, it's good fun. I meet a lot of people. I get to interact with a lot of people, and everyone's really sweet. Like I've met so many people who are like, "Oh, your accent. Where are you from? You're not from America." And I'm like, "No, I'm from the UK, or I grew up in Australia." And they've all been, yeah. I've just like the people I've met have just been so sweet and lovely. So it's a really nice atmosphere and just good vibes. I really enjoying it.
You definitely are tired though. I don't know if anyone else has picked that up. Oh my word. Don't worry. I've been talking so long, maybe I just put you to sleep. Maybe it's my fault with all my blah blah blah.
No, it's just me.
So,
I'm just built like this, unfortunately. I'm still laying in bed and it's 11 a.m. Like how lazy am I? Honestly.
oh, that's so nice. I love it. Talking about
It,
chocolate, I
uh,
have discovered the most delicious new favorite thing of myself for myself,
uh-huh.
and which I probably shouldn't be saying, but mushroom chocolates,
Oh. See, I've
like
heard about
shrooms.
those. I've heard about
Oh my
those.
God, it's all the rage where I live. Everybody's making them, eating mushroom chocolates, shrooms. They don't actually taste very nice. They just taste like shrooms,
Yeah.
but it looks
Shrooms are
nice.
shrooms. Yeah, no,
Anyway, so
it's so hard working in like the chocolate place as well. And then because we only have one car and I can't drive, my husband like I've been getting dropped off in like the town center at like 9 in the morning. So like my shifts are so random and sometimes I don't start work until 2. And so I'll sit in the park and like draw, but my iPad's battery recently, I don't know what's happened, but it's just basically like I think I sat drawing outside for 30 minutes and I lost like 40% of my battery. So I don't know what's going on. My iPad's on its way out, I fear. And I haven't even had it that long. I'm still paying it off. And my iPad's
mm,
already dying. So it's, oh,
I
yeah.
think they're
But
built to do that.
I think they are. That's the joy of the Apple product, isn't it? Built to break. That's their
Yeah. So
tagline.
tell me, have you been looking at the applications? Have you had a chance to go through them all?
I had a brief look at them last night, but I need to have a more in-depth kind of thorough look. I've just been so busy, like with having to, so much is going on. But I've got a couple days off now, so I can go over everything and I could chill and I could do some art. So I'm looking forward to it. Sorry, I cannot stop yawning. That's really
I
unprofessional
know.
of me. Sorry, hang on, wait,
Splash
let me.
water on your face.
No, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna order myself a like coffee to the house. I
There we
need it.
go.
I
That'll help.
deserve it. Yeah, sorry, people. I feel like I'm being really unprofessional right now. I'm just like so. Oh, yeah, and I haven't felt very well the past couple of days. It's all just look at me with my litany of excuses.
I know. You're a moany mouse today. Come on, give us the grim vibes. We hire
Yeah.
you for the grim vibe.
Let me. Yeah, exactly. Let me get the coffee, and
Look,
then it'll
Hero's
be back to.
crying. He's so upset.
Yeah, Hero's
Just
like,
gonna
oh
ruin his
god.
day.
Yeah, exactly. I take 1 week off from the space, and then suddenly, like, it's like, no.
I know. You come back a total tired misery. Come on,
I
get that
know.
coffee in your system.
This is the
Splash some
nine to
cold water on your
five.
face.
Yeah, that's what I should do actually. Is dash some cold water on my face. Right.
Right,
Let's.
so while you splashing cold water on your face and injecting yourself with the caffeine, hi, Hero. You think
Hey,
Hero's
what's
there?
up?
Oh,
Yep.
hi. We haven't spoken all week. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks. And you?
I'm good, good. Running around my house and reading the proposals. Oh my God, I'm so excited about these proposals. Um, I don't know. I feel like I need just another 100K, Hero. Think you can swing that for me? So I can
Yeah,
build our NFT community out.
speak to Patrick down there. Yeah.
Oh, Patrick, yes. Yeah,
If
no,
you have some AI
Patrick,
ideas, he might chip in. He might chip in. You never know.
you might. Okay, well, there we go. We're gonna like have to impress today, Grim. Put your best foot forward. Oh, maybe
Okay, I
she's,
can do this.
yeah,
I can do
you
this.
can do it.
I'm better now. I'm waking up a little bit now. The
Oh,
coffee is
thank
on.
God.
The coffee has been ordered, people, so don't worry. In about 30 minutes, if I'm not firing on all cylinders at that point, I will be once I've artificially injected myself with caffeine. That sounds really weird, actually, when I say it like that. I'm gonna just drink the coffee. Shouldn't say injecting myself.
Yeah. Yeah, Nieta is not available to join us today. She's got something going on, so we're gonna miss her terribly. And I don't even see any of the other stewards. I know, like I said, I know what's up with Sarah, but hopefully Calypso um, will join us soon. But anyway, let's
Oh, it's
fire
just
away.
me.
So
I'm so
I know the
excited.
pressure's
There we
on.
go. Look, I'm interrupting. There we go.
Mm.
I'm coming back to myself. I just cut
Oh
you
Lord.
off.
Yeah, now I feel better. Right, so um, let's say hi to some of the guys up on stage. Sandy, hi.
Hey, how's everybody? Apart from exhausted, can totally relate to that and to the sort of caffeine addiction to keep things going. I'm sure everybody knows about that. Anyway, hello.
Hi. Um, so how are you? I think we spoke last week, right? Chatting about the music industry, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That was a lot of fun. I feel like sort of a late comer to this um, community in this spaces, and so this is really great. So nice to be joining.
Do you want to maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself for those who weren't here, so we can, get to know you, be lovely.
Okay, let's see. Let me do a kind of nutshell version. Uh, lived in various places in the world, and I was my training and degree was in electrical engineering, and then uh, that it didn't really kind of suit my vibes. So, I kind of moved into music, studio work, sound recording and mixing and all that kind of thing. And I spent 14 years in the UK in the music industry, various facets of it. So, you know, some performance, some record deals, some DJing, some business stuff, sound to picture. So, sort of across the spectrum. And I think sort of my main motivation is just, you know, just I don't know. I love people. You know, and of course, music and art and is just such a beautiful sort of uh, looking into people's souls, isn't it? You know, kind of peering in. And so I know that sounds really kind of out there, but it's sort of the kind of underlying motivation, and then, you know, and then all the solid things on top of that to uh, hopefully enable new versions of that with new tools. So yeah, so that's it in a nutshell.
What type of music did you do? Are you a recording artist?
Yeah, well, yeah, it started kind of just drifted into actually being a recording artist because I'd started, you know, as a studio assistant in London at a place called the Beat Factory in near Euston Station, and there's just it was at that time where there was just a lot of cross collaboration with different cultures and different people kind of trying things out, and so because I had lived on I lived for a while on the um, some Native American some reservations. I I sort of had I don't know. I just started working with some friends and making some, you know, kind of experiments with, you know, at the time drum and bass and jungle was really big, and we were just kind of playing with that and with uh, you know, trying new sounds, and then eventually we got a deal Nation Records and Beggar Spank, and we toured with WOMAD for a bit, and so yeah, so that was the extent of that. Really, yeah.
Oh, fascinating. I'd love to hook up and have a chat with you at some point. I'm very into the music industry and very passionate about it. So I love connecting with people who
Yeah,
also
yeah,
support
that
the
would
music
be
industry.
yeah, that would be fun. It's always great. That's the yeah, would love that.
Awesome. I'll send you a message after the show and we can
Okay,
make a
great.
plan to chat. Yeah, super.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm so glad you're here. And you know, if you do, as we go along, if you do have any questions or whatever, please feel free to just chime in and ask away.
Great.
Um,
Yeah, I will because Gary and I had a new idea of something that could really maybe we're exploring that could benefit the community. So I'll touch base later on that, you know, after everybody's had their questions and stuff.
all right. So have you actually got, are you thinking of putting a proposal in?
Yeah, we are. We're
Oh,
going to.
exciting.
Yeah. No, I think we may have. We need to. We're gonna chat. We're gonna Zoom later and just kind of go through an idea to do with sort of licensing. You know, so for you know, can we license um, you know, music NFTs with visual NFTs? You know, how to maybe create just a very basic little licensing tool, you know. So anyway, that was an idea, and it just seemed like something that might benefit everybody.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about it. Shall we circle back to it just now once we've just said hi to everyone on stage, or do you want to go for it now?
Oh no! Let's let everybody. Let's check in with everybody else. That'd be great.
All right, super cool. Um, right, let's say hi to Justine. Thank you for joining us today and welcome.
Hey guys, what's up? How you going?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Can Can you hear me okay? I'm okay, guys. As you can hear, I'm Australian, but I'm in the middle of Mexico right now, and we've had a 5 to 6 days of torrential downpour, and I've actually walked up the street through some puddles with my dog to get Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi in our place was down. So I'm standing in an alleyway, literally behind a restaurant because I'm always connected to their Wi-Fi.
Ah, lovely.
Actually, actually,
That's the kind
that
of
happens in
commitment we're
Facebook.
looking for. So,
Literally, I wish I could show you guys. I'll send a picture after. I'll tweet it. You'll laugh at the alleyway that I'm standing in. It's full of puddles, and I'm avoiding the mosquitoes because I'm in Tulum in the Caribbean of Mexico. So
oh, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I love it.
too funny.
Um,
Yeah, and I actually, it's my first space too with you guys, so I appreciate it. I've been in Austin for Consensus like a crazy person, so I've just returned, and it's my first time I've been able to get on, so I'm happy to be here.
awesome. How did you find us?
Well, I'm heavy in the space. I'm heavy in a Bitcoin space. I'm heavy in stacks. I'm starting to do some stuff with HBAR. Just it's been my world for kind of 4 or 5 years now. So I actually can't even remember where I actually got the link. Where was it? It's just I'm in a lot of the stacks Telegram chats as well.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
I think from back when I got my sigil, when I registered all my .btc addresses, I think I've been following since then. So it's a while.
Okay, super. And are you a creator or a builder? Um,
Yeah, I'm all of
yes.
those. So just to give it a brief context, because I don't want to talk for 10 hours. There's a lot of amazing people here, and I can actually see Fur. Hey, Fur's my friend. And Sandy, awesome that you mentioned WOMAD, because I'm Australian, so I know exactly what WOMAD is. Yeah, so I was just in Austin to give context. I was at Consensus. I went to sing at the opening party for the Consensus blockchain event. So I was singing there, which was really fun. I got to see a bunch of Web3 friends offline, off of Twitter and Discord. So it was nice to be in a room singing with everybody. So yeah, I'm a recording artist. I do soul funk, hip hop, disco, Afro beats, Afro house. I was in South Africa in September for the BRICS conference and making music videos there. I'm doing a song right now with some friends in Congo to raise awareness of what's happening in the Congo genocide. And then I'm an all-round creative, so my background's like radio and TV, and I produce documentaries with Indigenous elders. I've written choose your own adventure novels. I do a bit of everything, to be honest.
That is amazing. And are you thinking of putting a proposal in for the funding?
Oh, 1,000%. It's just that's why I wanted to like hear what everybody's up to and what kind of areas everybody's putting things in for, because I have so much. I was just very curious to see also if within the budget, for example, of the funding, we obviously need to get our own developers. Like I have a CTO because I have a tech company as well, or if it's more something we do in terms of like with the mentorships and with builders from say like Bitcoin Startup Lab or Stacks team, or who's kind of helping on the tech side, or if we do all that. Just curious about how it's working.
Cool. Okay. Well, what I'll do just now is I'll sort of go through I think we've got about 14 proposals in so far, and I'll just kind of give a brief
Oh wow,
intro
cool.
to each one of them so that you guys can see what has been going on. And then what I did want to say as well, we are very, very much into collaboration with this cohort. So
Amazing.
we've got the 5 tracks, and even though they are separated out, um, we can sort of look at what you want to do, and then we can also advise, look, chat to this person, and then possibly get funding, a little bit of funding from each of the categories if your proposal sort of needs a little bit from each. Otherwise, there are some incredible people within the community who are also willing to help out if necessary. So
Yeah, that's super cool.
yeah, so it's great to just hang out on the daily spaces. We've got one each day for that represents each track. So we've got one on Monday, I think it is, for I don't know when they are offhand, but each day kind of explores one of the tracks. So those are great to pop into as well, just to see what they've got going on.
Nice. Yeah, my side. I'm definitely into NFTs. It's just it would be choosing between a new music project or one of the film projects about Indigenous elders. It would be more choosing which medium because I have a few on the go. So I just want to see what would also benefit the ecosystem the most.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All the proposals are actually available for public viewing. Hero, do you have that link that so that we can put it in the nest for people
Yeah,
to
let
click
me
on?
think of that.
All right, so Hero will pop a link in the nest, and then you guys, if you like, you can actually go and have a look and read through all the proposals to see what there is and see possibly, like you say, Justine, where there might be something, that's that can add to what we're already doing. In terms of the
Yeah,
funding,
that's my.
we've got the entire pot is $50,000. It's been split between the 5 tracks. We've each got $9,000, and we're recommending to people because we'd like to fund a couple within the NFT category to not really go over $2,500 in your proposal. What that would mean is it would be for a lot of projects, it would be sort of an introductory sort of um, it would be an introduction possibly, or an introductory build, or whatever it would be. And then if it's suited, for example, going into the Bitcoin Startup Lab or the whatever it is where there's bigger funding, then we could sort of help you get to that point, if you know what I mean. So it is small.
Yeah, that's super cool.
It is because
Oh, it's good. It's great. It's community. Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing. We kind of building it out from scratch. We only had $25,000 last cohort, and we've got 50,000 this cohort, and we're really hoping it's going to grow and grow. So we are in the sort of early phases here. But yeah, welcome, and I'm excited to hear more from you.
Yeah, super cool. Thanks for having me. I'd love to connect with everyone in the music space for sure.
Yeah,
Love it.
and please drop me a DM as well. Like I said, I'm very involved in the music industry in the real world outside of the
IRL.
internet.
IRL, yeah.
I struggle to say it even anymore. I live so much in the internet. It's like, where is that place out there in the real world?
In the body, yeah.
Yeah, be present. All right, super.
Too funny.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, cool. So let's go on to PJW. Hello. And how are you?
Howdy. I'm well. Thank you so much for having me up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course,
Thank
you're
you.
very welcome.
Yeah, thank you for putting the space on. This is great information. It's always a great place. I did have a quick question. I know I just heard you say that looking to try and have these submissions at about a $2,500 benchmark for the obviously to maximize that valuation for everybody. And I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm just curious if so let's say a submission is for like $4,000. Is it possible that it would still be awarded just at the 2,500? And basically, I'm just curious. The submissions are basically the proposal, but they could possibly be awarded less. Is that correct?
I feel as though if somebody brings a proposal forward and they're asking for a certain amount, that by giving them less, you're obviously asking them to cut budget somewhere, and that might mean that the project itself actually can't go forward. So I feel like what you ask for is what you need to make your project go forward. And if it is the kind of project that we go like, wow, we have to absolutely have that, then we would look to fund the whole project. But we just advise to keep it under 2,500 so that we can try and support a larger number of people who are applying. So I think you need to value your project and your whatever you're creating to the value that it actually needs to come to fruition. But what you can also remember is if it can be broken down. So say it's a long-term project you know, and you feel like you want to break those milestones down so that in cohort 2, you need to achieve this much, and you can do that with this much funding. And then once you've achieved those milestones, then you apply again in cohort 3 and you say, this is what I've done, I need to go to the next step. So, you know, there are a number of ways to look at it. I think it really comes down to the proposal, and I think the stewards will also be reaching out to the applicants privately to have those kind of conversations as well.
Totally makes sense. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, I really appreciate you taking the time to put this on today. And I'm excited for the proposals. I'm excited for, I know what I'm working on, and I'm excited to hear what everybody else has been working on. It's a great time to be in the space, and very encouraging. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, and it's so wonderful to have you here. Thank you also for always supporting. Grim, I saw your hand up.
I was gonna say that me personally with like the 2.5 like grand, like you say, it's the people valuing themselves. But I was just like again looking through some of the proposals now, and I even think that even if someone submits a proposal and it's more than the 2,500, if we really really like the idea, I would also maybe potentially we reach out to the the person who's submitted and go, hey, like, this is like the budget we've got, like the 2,500. Like, can you guys, make that work for you? Like your milestones, like, is that going to give you a good head start, or is, just not enough money? Because I think also, and I don't know for sure, but potentially people are submitting proposals with the entire budget for the entire, like the whole thing, like kind of forecasted out and everything. And maybe even if they just got that injection of the 2,500, say, like at the start, that would be enough that they could then, they just need that kind of, boost. And like you say, and could. So I think it's also would be important just to have individual conversations with people and just ask, like, if they really think that they can, like with the kind of, if the amount is less than they're asking for, if it will work for them, or if they would rather, like, try somewhere else. Because I do think a lot of people will be like, okay, cool, like, well, the 2,500 could do this and this. And like I said, it would be about having a very honest conversation and being like, well, these are the costs you can cover, these other costs that are outlined, like, is that going to be an issue? Like, are you guys, have you got like other avenues, maybe, like, if you got mints coming up, stuff like that, So I think maybe that also is a way to kind of navigate it as well.
And I appreciate that too, the Grim. Thank you so much, because that's, I mean, and it's funny, we use that word in real life. Honestly, this is my real life. I put it, we're all putting great time and effort into this, so I appreciate everybody's real time and the life they're putting into this. So thank you. My other career, my other path is, I'm working on grants for government, and I have a $6 million grant, and it's one of those things where when I put in there for 4 million, they gave me 6. I've had others where I've put in for 10 and they gave me 3. So I'm happy to take the 3 million just to get the project launched and moving. This is one of those projects where, the injection of even $2,500 would be, I think, significant probably to anybody in this space in helping us pursue the growth of those projects that we're working on. So I appreciate that conversation, the candor, and the discussion. So thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to sit here and listen in more.
Awesome, thank you. And right, hi Reese, how are you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm well, and you?
Good, thank you. Lovely to
I'm just
have you
sitting here
here.
outside.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just sitting here outside, and I'm continuing on with some like drawing and having fun listening to all of the people. Definitely looking forward to going through all of the applications as well. Yeah, I came to this space ready with some questions, but I'm going to phase that out with like as the space goes on. But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty good. It's been a good week so far. So yeah, very happy.
And exciting times coming up because you are going to be little bit of alpha here. Reese is going to be dropping
Say
his
it.
first
Say it.
ordinal
Say it.
on Gamma.
Say it. Scream it out.
It's
Yes.
yeah, he's so excited. I am so excited. The energy's so great. I've had a sneak preview of the artwork. I absolutely love it. So that's something very exciting coming out on Gamma very, very soon. Reese's first ordinal inscription. You are going to be on Bitcoin, baby.
Ayo, you can't hear it, but I was like squeaking very high. I think my mic can't pick it up, but it was like, as you were speaking, I'm just so excited. Yes, so I say a very good week so far.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. So yeah, guys, that's going to be coming out next week. Check it out. Make sure to follow Reese. It's a beautiful piece, and I'm very proud to be involved with bringing it together. So yeah.
Congrats, dude. That's so exciting. Sorry, I'm
Thank
interrupting again.
you.
And I haven't even had my coffee. Oh, God.
Love it. All right, who haven't we said? Oh, Rocky. Hello, 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 Rocky.
Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody?
Very good, very good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Well, it looks like Blockface already shared it, but there's a little teaser that we put out for AudioBox. So we only made a couple screens so far. We're just sharing the one screen for the player. We're testing out some new software to make marketing content. So that's the teaser this week. We'll have some more next week, but yeah, check it out. Would love some feedback. The idea is we want to make a platform for music NFTs on Stacks, give people a way to collect tracks and kind of tie that into possibly merchandising and super fans. The idea of maybe sharing creator revenues with your super fans and things like that. But we're probably planning on designing this out and then sort of a slow rollout with just the UI UX, just kind of testing it out, and then once the smart contract side with Nakamoto upgrade on Stacks is up, then we'll kind of build out the smart contract side of things. But yeah, this will probably be an application for DeGrants as well. So check it out.
Amazing. I just went and had a look on Blockface's feed and I saw it. So exciting, guys. I've just pinned it into the nest. So have a peek at that, get a little bit of a sneak peek into what audiobox.fun is. I am so excited about this project and
I got an idea.
what it means for music on Stacks, because it's fucking time, man. It's time we brought the tunes to Stacks. So this is what we are doing. We are bringing music to Bitcoin. Finally, my life's work will finally happen. But yeah. Hero, yes, that your hands up. Just talk on top of me, man.
I got an idea for branding.
For what brand?
Tackle box.
For audiobox. Yeah,
Tackle
hit us.
box.
Taco box.
Yeah, we're gonna run with Taco Box. Get real tacos. I just want real tacos, guys.
I don't want real tacos because we can't get them in South Africa unless you guys are gonna fucking send them to me in the post. So
You guys have to come to Tulum.
To where?
You guys have to come to Mexico, Tulum for a launch party.
All right, there
with
we go.
plenty of tacos down here.
That's
plenty.
our budget. How many airplane tickets can we get with $9,000? We're all going to, there we go. I've just put it together. We're all going for tacos to Mexico. How's that? Is everyone happy?
Done.
Yeah, we can also yeah, that would be great.
God.
It'd be my first time going, and I'm married into a Mexican family, so it'd be my first time in Mexico.
Hey, I think there's a theme here. You guys should definitely come. We have Crypto Fest in December, so it's on the cards.
Okay, cool. Me and my husband will be there.
I'm not gonna lie,
No, I got a
I
question for
occasionally
Rocky.
I'm not gonna lie,
Uh,
I occasionally just walk across the border to get something to eat and come back home.
It's a
all right, there
sensible
we go.
thing
I'm,
to
I'm
do.
inspired. Yeah, man, that's what one does. Border crossing
So,
for food. Okay, taco
Rocky
box. What do you? Yeah.
or Good Kitty. So, can I ask a serious question? So, how does this differ to para radio? And what would para radio before if audiobooks was live?
Well, for me is I wanted to focus on the UI UX side of things. So that's what we're building out first, right? Is so the idea is that we notice that artists post on TikTok, right? Like if you're new and an upcoming artist, you're gonna market your tracks on TikTok, right? And so the idea is that we're mashing the sort of discoverability of videos and tying that to music, sort of TikTok reels and short form video. And then you collect tracks, right? And so the discover part is the reels, and then the collecting part is your normal library, right? And then we're kind of discovering that there's a missing part to merchandising. And so like a lot of the money that artists make is one through live event ticketing sales, and two is merchandising through just like t-shirts and sweaters and mugs and things like that, right? And so it's typically very it's very expensive or capital intensive to do merchandising traditionally because you have to order in bulk. It's really expensive. You have to put the money out and you got to ship it. You got to deal with all the stuff. Like musicians just want to make music, right? And so because of my background in Shopify, right, I'm very familiar with drop shipping. So the idea is like early on, part of the integration is tying it to systems like Shopify and drop shipping print on demand so that like early on when you don't have a lot of capital you can still have a merch shop, right? Have all the shipping and returns and all the inventory, right? Be print on demand, right? Maybe not the highest quality stuff, right? Maybe not exactly what you want, but a lot of these systems you can upload your own art. Maybe you can collaborate with other artists, right, in terms of visual art, and then you can sell your merch directly on the shop. It prints on demand. There's no capital involved until someone pays for it, right? And then once you have a lot of analytics, which again Shopify provides, you can kind of see that, oh, every event that I've had in the last couple of like 6 months or whatever, I get more and more sales in terms of merchandise, right, for my print on demand business. So now in the next 6 months ahead, you can kind of forecast using your analytics and be like, hey, actually, I would save and make X amount of money, right, if I bulk order from a warehouse, right? And so you can make these like data driven decisions once you have enough data, right? So the idea is like not to just do merchandising print on demand forever, right? The idea is to start as soon as you can, collect that data, right? Get some revenue, and then you can make bigger and better deals later down the line. And so, that's sort of phase two, right? But we're seeing like that missing part in terms of merchandising for musicians.
Yeah, and I also feel like that is a great tool for artists to actually use, if possible, at eventing, because um, it would be an incredible opportunity for artists to be able to sell their work digitally at events without having to come there with piles of t-shirts and whatever stock they have to drag in there, which is a cost. They have to print it and pay for it up front. And if they're doing sort of on-demand stuff, we're really grateful for gigs. And I mean, artists do make fair amounts of money at gigs. But I just want to go back to Hero's question and clarify a little bit with Parrot Radio. So Parrot Radio is a player. You buy your music NFTs cross-chain. They're on Stacks, they're on Ethereum, and they're on Base. And then, so they're not a marketplace for NFTs. You need to own those NFTs and then you bring them into the player and then it works as a music player for NFTs. So with AudioBox, you're looking at really a combination of TikTok, of sort of Spotify slash Sound XYZ, maybe even, because I think there's going to be an ability to chat directly to the artists in some sort of like Twitter feed. So you'll be in a private DM group with the artist if you own their NFTs. So it's kind of incorporating all the way we use our phones for music and social media, all in one, where and then also being able to do the merch side of things. So pretty much for an artist, it brings everything into a one-stop shop, and they don't really have to go anywhere else or do anything else. They just make the music, upload it, and the machine works behind the scenes. One of the other things is, I think we spoke about, was not really making it too obviously Web3, so not using too many buzzwords that we all use that make it difficult or off-putting for our moms and our grands. They also need to be able to just open it and intuitively use it with a sense of familiarity, and secretly take them a step further before they know it.
Yeah, no, that's great, great clarification. Kudos to you guys.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And if you have a look there in the nest, you can actually see a little sneak peek that Blockface tweeted. So Matt Blockface, how are you? Welcome to Art on Stacks. Good to have you here.
It's an honor to be here. Every time we talk, we seem to move things forward at light speed. So I just want to show up and say hi to see how we can get 50% closer every time we talk.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the speed of light. I like all the gigabrains in the room that are moving us forward. That's the way to go.
So
We've invited the digital mercenaries in.
if I ask another question, just for due diligence purpose. So what if 6 months, 1 year down the line, it gains traction? Like after the grant, like is it able to self-sustain, or what's the plan for that? Or is it like needs to be maintained by further grant, or how do you guys see that?
For audiobook specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the grants, I mean, this is like a pretty big project, right? So there's like phases to this. So phase one right now with cohort two is just um doing the discovery and due diligence on, and talking to the other big brain people on what has worked in the past in both web 2 and web 3 for like music applications, right? I think the conversation with Paul last week was super helpful in terms of just not the UI UX but also the business model. And so I think that's a great question, right? I think what Paul, if I remember correctly, like his sort of sharing is that when you have users pay a small amount for like 3 to 4 months, they're more likely to stick on and become sort of a sticky user in terms of subscription models, right? But if you give something for free, they expect it to be for free forever, and then they typically churn or they cancel essentially, right? And so I think a subscription model is probably the way to go, at least for now. Um, I don't want people, in terms of the user experience, to keep signing for everything that they collect. So I think HZ, like I think Has and his group are working on a subscription sort of smart contract sort of functionality. So the idea is that you subscribe, right? You assign X amount of your stacks, right? Maybe it's like you lock in sort of $60, or maybe it's like 1 month only, right? Then maybe you lock in like $15 worth of stacks or something, right? And then after that, for every track that you collect, we want to use like gamification. So I'm kind of teasing the idea of stars. So let's say you subscribe for $10 a month, right? Then you get, for example, 10 stars. And then the artists themselves can set how many stars, per their track, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be 1 star per track. Maybe an artist values their, really early release track to be more rare, right? And so now it's like 2 or 3 stars, right? So you're kind of spending your points, right, on the tracks that you collect. So for example, I talked to a young and up and coming DJ in the LA area recently. He already sells in live tickets, right? He just does it like on like Eventbrite or something like that, and then people Venmo him, right, for the event, and then they rent out sort of a warehouse by the beach, and then they have like 100 to 150 people just show up and they have a good time, right? And so like I imagine these things could be also used for events. So I imagine someone launching or like releasing a single, right? And that single, if you collect it, it could also be used as an in live, like a live event sort of ticket, right? So maybe you price it as like 5 stars, and then not only do you now own that track, that's an early release, you become sort of a super fan, right? And then that also gives you like a QR code that someone can scan, and then they get into the event. So it's like a 2-for-1 kind of deal, and you can kind of price it accordingly. So I imagine that type of model, like maybe you can set it up where it's like, oh, if you're a super fan, you get a share of the event funds or something like that. And, it could be something really small, like 0.5% or something like that. But it's kind of nice that you're rewarding your super fans, right? Maybe in the future, you're selling merch and that 0.5% is also rewarded to your super fans, right? The numbers can change. It's arbitrary, right? But the idea is that you want to encourage people who are supporting you, right, to continue to support you, right? Sort of, I follow the 80-20 rule, where like 20% of your top fans are probably the one who are spending the most money on your music, your merch, and all of that, right? While the other 80% are typically the free users, and you're making some money off of like ad partnerships or ads through the platform. So audiobox could partner up with other dapps, right? Possibly Zero Authority or Trajan or some of these like an NFT marketplaces, right? I've had a couple of people who have pinged me about possibly doing an NFT marketplace, because for me, I don't want to make the app super busy, right? Like I think that the users who are trading these music NFTs are different types of users than people who are just enjoying music, right? Or becoming super fans. And so I don't want to make some people have been kind of teasing ideas with me and kind of brainstorming is like, oh, should it have an NFT marketplace? I really don't know. I think my opinion is that it shouldn't, right? But maybe the community decides that we should have a marketplace built in. But for me, I think it should be separate. We can probably do partnerships, sort of marketing partnerships or something like that. But that's another way to keep the project self-sustaining. One, revenue, like a subscription model, right? Partnerships, things like that, and two, just marketing for the same way that Spotify does paid ads on mobile.
Just a question for Good Kitty and anyone here. I've invited some of the digital mercenaries in the syndicate to listen in to this, and they're very good at snapping their fingers and turning conversation into prototypes. Good Kitty, can you give some insight in terms of why you're doing this and kind of the massive transformation purpose behind this, and kind of give us the dream? Because the more they understand the dreams, the more they can snap their fingers to the right rhythm.
Do you mean in terms of music or the DeGrants?
Music,
Sorry.
yes. Audiobox.fun. Audiobox.fun now has runaway success. What does that mean to you?
Well, I think in a nutshell, allowing musicians the right to, I always say that musicians have paid for their right to be heard with a right to their music. And that is a traditional model where, and it's been in existence since the beginning. Musicians have never had autonomy over their music and freedom. And my feeling is that we need to relook at that and redefine what that means. This product that you cannot see, that you cannot hold, what is it and what is its value? And how can we, as a community, grow that value so that, if you look at what streaming service has done, as much as it has given music to people, it has taken away all forms of income from musicians. And it's really not worth making music anymore. And that is not fair. You know, you don't, we all listen to it. We listen to it on a daily basis. So to answer your question, what we need is we need a place where musicians can sell their music, earn from their music, have royalties paid out, in, you know, crossing from mechanical royalties and publishing, the mechanical royalties and the sales royalties. We need to, like you say, redefine what the ISRC code is and how that functions for musicians. It is not a small job. This is something that's going to take a lot of people to come together to fix something that is fundamentally broken. It is unethical, it is amoral, and we all use music on a daily basis, and nobody pays for it. And we need to educate people that to create good music, you know, yes, we can sit back and say, okay, fuck it, we've got AI coming out, we'll just listen to that. But the reason why festivals, for example, if you go and you have a look at some of the, you know, if you look at Glastonbury, Isle of Wight, you know, I know British festivals, I'm not so clued up on the US ones, but those guys bring in old bands. These dudes are like fucking almost in wheelchairs and they're still headlining festivals. And that's because that is really good music. That music was made with money, with teams, and that's impossible now when you need, say, $15,000 on a budget to drop a track, and you're lucky if you make $1,000, you know, and then you've got to make 10 tracks to make an album. I mean, well, it's just ridiculous. It's impossible. So we need to tool musicians. The biggest, you know, one of the other problems is marketing. You know, when you strip away the record label and you give artists these digital distribution channels, they now have to educate themselves as to how to market their music and get their music out there in the place where there's 40,000 tracks a day being released on Spotify. I mean, that's how much music is released every day. 40,000 tracks a day at a minimum go out onto Spotify. And these guys are all vying to try and get onto, like, you know, a 50-track playlist that everybody's going to listen to. So we need to bring forth quality music that people are going to buy, because it won't sit there if it's shit, because nobody's going to be buying it. We need to equip artists with tools. I think we're looking for an app that has got some sort of way in which musicians get a sort of an easy marketing kind of, you know, tooling that they can use through this app. And I think, yeah, so I mean, it's a big job, but I think my goal is to, at some point in my life, say that I had some involvement in taking down Spotify and the record labels. I hope this isn't recorded, and please don't listen to me. I took some shrooms and I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's too much. I don't know if that answers the question,
No,
but
absolutely.
I can
I wanted them to hear it from. Mhm.
look, musicians are pissed off. Musicians are ready to fucking roll. And I I will guarantee you that the more we speak about this, the more musicians will step forward and say, hey, how can I help? How can I be involved? Because if they had a choice to put their tracks out on Spotify and earn $1, or sell their music as an NFT and to earn $2, they are going to do that. They're willing to try something new. If you look at the history of how music advanced, you know, I don't see very many products or use cases where something has moved not only in the way people consume it, but in the way it is made, the way it is marketed, as music has over the last couple of decades, from, you know, tapes and tape decks and Sony Walkmans to CDs and CD players to peer-to-peer to MP3, I mean, and to streaming. So this is something that is powered through technology, and that's because we all use it. And all we need to do is equip the musicians with the tools to be able to say, fuck you, streaming. We're now going into the next iteration, and we are going to ensure that you have to get this app. Otherwise, you can't hear the good music. You can go and listen to the 46,000 tracks on Spotify that were all made by an AI voice. You know, there's my rant.
Good Kitty, you can't say these things out loud. You can't say that we're gonna take on Spotify because my name is on here and I'm gonna go missing. I'm not that far away from Silicon Valley. I'm gonna go missing.
I,
So
I for one love
Everybody
Spotify.
is in the witness protection. We're all in the witness protection program. As this minute, we're going to use the 9K. I've changed my mind. We're going to Mexico,
We're going to
eating
Mexico.
tacos,
Yeah,
and
Tulum.
we're living
Chichen
in the
Itza.
witness protection program.
We're going to clap our hands in front of Chichen Itza and hear the birds. And we're going to tokenize the sound.
Yeah, there we go. We got plans, man. We got plans. Anyway, so Rocky, are you going to be putting are you going to submit an application in this round of the DeGrants?
yes, I am. That is the plan. I think one, it's a balance between rewarding the team, right? Because if we don't keep the team motivated, they're gonna do other things, right? And then I wouldn't want to take advantage of them either. And then of course there's the balance between that and sort of the limits of our budget, right? For D grants, I want to keep that in mind. So, maybe we'll talk, and then we'll see how we can split things up and get this rolling.
Amazing. Well, I look forward to it. You've got 3 days. Applications close on Friday, friends. I saw your hand up earlier, Sandy. I don't know if you've got something you'd like to add to this.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I loved your rant, by the way. Excellent. And yeah, and there is that, and you have brought up something that is something that we don't often talk about, which is just the oversupply of music, and but there's the opportunity too. And so in other words, as more and more people become creators, the collaboration markets, that's what's sort of growing, is the experiences for collaboration and interaction as opposed to just being a consumer. So anyway, just wanted to add that in because that's a potential. Yeah, that's something that is growing. Anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Sandy. I agree very, very wholeheartedly. All right. Welcome to you, Anesi. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. Can you hear me?
It's a little soft. You there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Just working on a lot of musical stuff. Building. How about you?
Yeah, really good. Happy to be here. Happy to find another musician on this call. Gosh, we are taking over here. Tell us a little about you as a musician and what you're working on.
Okay, that's cool. Well, Hi guys, my name is Anexi. I'm a musical artist, an AI prompt engineer, and a Web3 student. So I've been doing music for like professionally like 7 years plus. I got my first gospel album like way back in 2012, but I started doing music professionally like 2015. And since then, that has been something that I find a whole lot of joy and fulfillment doing. Well. For what I'm gonna be working on for the Stacks projects, it has always been in my intention to be able to merge African sounds, a cappella African sounds, into expression, because that was like my growing up. That was what I really loved doing. It the way back, there was a time I had a band way back when we did a lot of a cappella stuffs, but so that kind of like built my musical the way I write music and rhythm. So I'm gonna be working on an a cappella piece for the Stacks community, just an a cappella anthem, of an expression, talking about maybe like that's basically what I'm working on. I started recording on something though. I mean, I could play for you guys if you guys want to hear it actually.
Yeah, just sing it or
Yes,
something.
please.
Talking about music is
Yeah,
kind of rough.
definitely.
I know. So I worked on something yesterday. I'm still not done though. It's just like 50% done, but I could play for you
Please
guys
just
quickly.
play it. Please just play it.
Yeah, this is so cool. I love it. Go for it.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm just trying to connect to the speaker. So I just be trying to connect and then when Bluetooth connected. Okay. Okay. Here goes nothing.
Thanks for putting yourself out there and just playing it before you think it's done. Every expression is done when you finish doing it. So you just get better every time.
For sure. I mean, that's always how the journey turns out to be, and the process is more beautiful than even the output. So I totally agree on what you just said. Okay, just taking. Do you see the light that shines in the skies? I wait for the guide. Oh, do you see the dream that shows my redeemed?
How you feel?
Sorry, it's just let me just
You're doing a
okay.
dot dot dot
Sorry.
dot dot dot.
Do you see the light that shines in the skies? I wait for the guide. Oh, do you see the dream that shows my redeemed? You turn up the light on me. Okay, that's oh yeah, so sorry, that's that's all. I mean, I'm still working on the mixing, by the way. Sorry, my speaker was just
It's
messing
pretty
up.
cool.
Sorry.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, thank
That
you.
sounds
Amazing.
Oh,
Thank you
thank you.
so much for sharing that with us. That was really special. Hey, everyone, how lucky are we to be in a space where creators can just fill our senses with something beautiful while we're sitting here chatting. I really appreciate you putting yourself out there and sharing with us. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much too. I really appreciate too.
So, are you putting together? Is it a single track? Is it an album? What
Um, well,
what are you thinking?
I was thinking about, yeah, of course, most definitely like a collection. Like, most of the times I like doing three, because three is a very significant number to me. So that was like my birthday, month, and date. So I would love to do like a three collection of acapella sounds, just of different expression. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on.
Okay, amazing. And you see, that's the thing. We really need to find a way for musicians to truly get their music out onto stacks. Besides just, because it's difficult. If you sell an NFT as a music piece, people are so used to using things like Spotify to, play their music. It's so easy. They just put on their phone, press a button, and there's a playlist. Where it's harder when you are selling music as NFTs because they've got them sitting in their wallet and they can't coordinate them properly. So this is where this is so essential.
I
So
personally don't think there's a market for recorded music anymore. I think recorded music is just flyers, and we're trying to pick up the pieces. Bless up. I think recorded music is kind of done. I think playing music in real time, live streaming performances, that's where we're at. Like all this stuff that we used to have to spend time producing, we have instruments that do all that now. I can do all the same stuff I was glitching when I was 17 with a pedal and a foot switch. So, to have to do this we don't need to do stop motion production anymore. We can all be like good musicians and play music together and find some way to monetize the streams of live music as opposed to recorded music. I'm sick of this recorded music. It's like, for me, if why would I spend hours recording something? Oh, I have 3 Grammy awards, by the way. Why would I spend 3 hours recording something if there's no way I can get any value out of it other than selling it to a movie or an advertisement? I might as well write jingles. So, I do music right now, real time. I just don't got my keyboards. I'm on the road. Blockface invited me in here. Blockface is a badass. We've been just putting ideas into the AI because why care about what somebody else is going to say about something when they're not paying? I don't care what anybody says. I'm expressing myself fully right now. Big up. And thank you for letting me speak. One love.
yeah, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your side of it. I think everybody's sort of journey in music is different. I think, if you're looking at different, I think every genre has its own kind of special sauce. And I think if you're looking at kind of, say, rock bands or singer-songwriter acoustics who like to use guitar.
I can create a mastered sound. If there's musicians that can actually play, I can create a mastered sound in real time. So to sit and worry about mastering and mixing and creating music, like, to me, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
If I have the right time and the time to sit and deal with the lines, and then also be able to set up a time delay on the streaming and synchronize the camera to the audio feed, it's like night and day, like night and day.
Mm,
What's going on? It's like night and day.
yeah. I mean, I absolutely agree with you for certain musicians, but I think,
But like, what's up with this
I
techno shit? What's up with this techno shit? Like, I don't know who's doing no techno shit that's blowing my mind. Like, there's some new Square Pusher. I haven't even heard it yet. I got to hear that. But like some of these techno guys,
But it,
they're doing like toy stuff that I used to do when I was like 13, with my hand on my balls.
yeah, but what you're saying can't just be generalized for everyone, I think, is what GK is trying to say.
I
Like,
get
as
you.
true as it is for
I'll
some
step
people,
back. Thank
it's
you.
like,
I'll step back.
can I speak, please? Sorry, but like, it's like the AI art, argument. It's like, why should I waste my time, like making art if I can just get AI to do it? It's like some people just
No, it's
enjoy
not
doing
that.
it. Some people want to spend hours.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Because I make art in real time every day. Every day I make art. I'm making art right
Yeah,
now,
but I'm
talking to
saying,
people like this. Boom, bam.
Yeah, and
I
what I'm
think what
saying
we're,
is that there's people who do it differently to you, is what I'm saying. So it's not like a one size fits all method. Like, not
No, it's like the
everyone
people
wants
that
to
do
do
it
it the way that
differently,
you
they're
do it.
just sitting back talking about art and not doing it. That's the thing. So you got artists, and then you got people that talk about motherfucking art. I love you guys.
yeah, no, I respectfully disagree. I just like you, I've worked in the music industry for 25 years, um, through, you know, very senior positions, and I understand it back and front. I know hundreds of musicians that have all been very successful and all toy around with these things, who stream, who do all of those things you speak of. But at the same time, a lot of them really enjoy going down to a rehearsal studio, taking out their real instruments, creating music, working with a producer. And I think there is a market for it, because that's why people listen to Spotify all day long. And I think, yes, like you say,
Market for it
I mean, I've heard the
because
term used
no,
many
they're
times.
scamming our time. They're scamming our time because I'm a producer. I produce people, but hey, why am I supposed to compete with little wannabes? It's okay. I can sit and act like they're doing the job, but some of these guys are not doing the job. That's really the
All
issue.
right.
They're not doing the job, and then the people are controlling them. So it's okay. I don't mind it. And then watch. It's like if I put down my head, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to work with major labels anymore. Then it gamifies my existence. Or like, oh, maybe you'll get it together one day and know what you're doing with music, right? I could go work for some independently wealthy person all day. I just got to call Pharrell. Be like, yo, Pharrell, you got anything? You got anything?
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, I think it's different for a producer to a singer-songwriter as it is for a
No, I'm as
painter.
a producer telling you it's fake what they're doing. I'm telling you, as a producer, it's
Bro, let
fucking
her
fake.
speak. Holy shit. Stop cutting her off. Sorry to be an asshole, but like, Jesus Christ.
You're
Fuck,
annoying. You're more
bro. Let her
annoying.
speak.
You're more annoying. Jesus Christ.
All right. So we're here to be respectful to people, and I would like that to please be maintained on this show.
Yeah, I'm just doing a
Um,
quick hail. Respect everyone. Full respect. Quick hail. One love. I'm just letting you know what's going on and where I'm at. I'll see you guys around. Big up. Love you.
all right, super.
Peace.
Sorry. Musicians, everyone. That's what they're kind of
Yeah,
like,
no, not all of them. I know hundreds.
but a
Let me
lot of
tell
them.
you, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I think that's really the message here. I think, of course,
Talk your shit,
there's
bro. Talk your shit.
The opinions of
right.
the opinions of the people I might introduce to the space do not necessarily reflect those of myself at the syndicate. I apologize, good kitty.
Right, that was what one would call a wonderful exchange that has brightened the mood of everyone, and that's how we like to roll, not. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that was fun.
yeah. Um, so yeah, and I mean, a producer might think in a certain way, and I think a lot of producers um, are pissed off in this day and age because the production budgets have gone down for producers. So historically, you know, I know with producers that we work with, historically, you would pay them 15 grand per track to produce it. But once the finances are squeezed from the artist squeezes the producer, and the budgets for production go down and down and down. So I can understand his perspective, and from his perspective, and you know, that's all good and well. But I still believe in the integrity of you know, recorded sound, and I still believe there's a market for it. Whether we are in that wave, because waves also change, whether we're in that wave at the moment, maybe not, but it always returns. So each to
I
their
also think
own.
it's important. I also think it's important to remember that every individual creative, if that's an artist, if that's like a musician, whatever, everyone has like an individual process. So, I think that there's always going to be a market for all types, of music, whether it's, I'm sorry, I don't know all the technical terms. I'm not a musician. Whoops. But it's like, to almost like relate it to more wide like know of like with art, like there's every single individual creator is different. We have a different way of operating, we have a different way of working, of doing things. Yeah, sure, some people don't want to sit and spend 15 hours or whatever mastering something. Sure, some people also don't want to do what I do and sit down for 3 days at a time, and paint an art piece. They'd rather, do it through AI, or they'd rather create in a different way. And you know what? Power to them. Do whatever you want to do. But I think, and I apologize if I came off a little bit rude just then. I really wasn't trying to be, but the generalization just irritates me, because I think that that's just a recipe for disaster. When you try and cram all creatives, like, of a medium into one process of like, well, we all have to do it this way. I just think that's an absolute recipe for disaster, because that's how creatives get left behind and ostracized, and that makes them not want to work anymore. Because if a musician heard that and was like, oh, okay, well, I really enjoy that process. So, like, what do you mean? Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing that I was I don't like the generalization, and I apologize if I seemed combative, because that was not my intention at all. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about that quickly. That, yeah.
No,
Anyway,
it's
I'll shut
all
up now.
good. It's all good. We don't knock each other's way here. We all do it. We do it our own way. But you know what I'm saying. So all good. Giga Pepe, you are here with your hand up. How are you, my friend? Hello? Giga Pepe?
Giga Pepe, come in, Giga Pepe, please.
Kitty to frogs.
Oh
No?
no.
Okay, we will wait for him to return. Maybe he's just having audio. If you are speaking, you're muted. If you are trying to unmute, we can't hear you. Jump off, we'll bring you back up. Right, let's see who else we have in the audience that we haven't spoken to. Caspar, hello. Caspar?
Are we losing everyone?
No,
Me and you just like in a bubble right now. Is it just us?
yeah, okay.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, Sony is listening in.
Yeah.
They've heard about our plans. It's Spotify turning us off.
Yeah, slowly but surely, we're all going to be tomorrow. Good Kitty's account will be suspended, and it'll all be over. I will come back as somebody, a bad kitty will come back.
Do not go quietly
There you
into
go.
the night.
Exactly. That is my catchphrase tattooed on my forehead. All right, so Giga Peppers jumped off. Obviously, he had some mic troubles. Caspar, are you there? Would you like to say hi? Yes, you're welcome. Join us. Maybe I'm saying the name wrong. Caspar. Your hand is up, but we can't hear you. All right, just chime in if you
GM guys, sorry,
Oh,
I
there
had
we
to
go.
fix my network a little bit. Hey, it's Coach Ba, GM guys, GM Hero, GM Good Kitty, GM Blackface, GM Anexi, man, GM Upper Reality, Generic Vibes, I see you. So yeah, basically, I think I was in the other space for governance and community. That was yesterday, I think, with Hero and Dave. Then I talked about my proposal for the community. I was just talking about like basically what I do, yeah. And then I was advised to like check in NFTs as well. So I'm a visual artist, a cinematographer, an AI prompt engineer, and a content creator. So, but for the community and for this grant, I thought of doing something very abstract, something very different, and something very new. Just trying up like a whole new, like line of work or something. So I thought of doing like a virtual, content creating, virtual interview series with most of the community admins, community leaders, and the people forefront behind stacks and stuff, and getting to make them reach a wider audience, in fact, newer audience basically, because I just joined the community like a few days back and then discovered that most people don't even know that stuff like this exists. People joining the Web3, people joining it for the first time, they didn't even know there was a community like this, a Bitcoin community to feel. So those content, those interview series, those articles would basically be directing to get like to reach a wider audience and get new people, then sensitizations and educations, all that type of stuff. And this could only be these questions, could only be answered by the community admins, active community members that have been in the community for a very long time and had like roots and stuff. So that was basically what I was applying for, to be able to do this, have this opportunity to be able to talk with the founding members of this community, and then talk about what the community is all about. Put in the world out there and stuff. So yeah, I just said let me just pop in. So I wanted it to be more of a collaborative project, because I want to work with a whole lot of people from the community, and then there's like an open slot for content writing. That's for the article. I don't know. I don't know if there's any content creator or in the community or something. It's like an open call type of thing. I definitely want to reach out to. We just need to find a way to just make this work, and then we'll put a whole lot of stuff out. Create content, write articles, and then create like explainer videos. Short videos, reels, long sessions and stuff. So, but that's like basically what my project is, and I kind of like I don't know if it falls under the NFT track or under the governance and community. I don't know, but I already did apply already. I submitted it under governance and community for the track. But I still want to know if there's still any need for me to submit it under like the NFTs or probably maybe other tracks that you know so yeah, that's why I just thought of popping up to speak about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for joining and for your passion to spread the word about stacks and help educate people. I think it's wonderful. I will definitely speak to Gordon about your application, and once I've had a look at it, have you submitted already?
Yeah, I have submitted. I did that yesterday. I submitted yesterday. Yeah, I did.
All right, super. What I'll do is I'll have a look at it, and I'll chat to Gordon, and then maybe I'll reach out to you, and we can have a chat further if necessary and see whether or not there is a crossover between the community and governance. I think, to be quite fair, I think there's always something like that necessary across a whole ecosystem. So, I think marketing and education into your sort of specifically starting with sort of local groups and then expanding it out. So yeah, let me chat to Gordon. Let's have a look at it, and I'll reach out if I've got any questions.
All right, Bear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Good Kitty.
Thank you so much. Lovely to have you here. Blockface, what's up?
Just wanted to reference the tweet I just posted from Crazy Bone. Crazy Bone is part of Bone Thugs, who won Grammys, and everyone copies their flow and calls them Kendrick Lamar in 2024. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the point of me posting that to the top is because there are a number of very prominent artists who are regaining control of their masters. And I've been speaking with Rocket individuals in this situation, and they're looking for the new way in 2024, now that they have control over their masters, to redistribute with complete ownership. So that to me is one of the opportunities I'm going after, and talking to these people who have these awards under their belt because they're regaining their masters almost overnight after 30 years of not being able to. So those are the people I'm talking to, and that's how I look at audiobox.fun, is showing these successful artists that already have super fans, now that they have control over their masters, how to exert influence with complete ownership.
That is 100% right. And for those who are listening who don't know what that is, when you're an artist and you record your album, you hand over your masters, you sign a record deal, you get 20% or less of the income. The label takes 80% or more, and they also take the rights to your masters so that you may not use them anywhere. And those contracts, the reason why it's taking 30 years is because those contracts were written with in perpetuity written inside them. So you could only get the full services of a record label if you signed your masters over in perpetuity. Kind of like blackmail, but presented as options, as I say. So those are all being returned to artists. Sony and the other labels, the other sort of the big three, they are largely just law firms now with small marketing departments, trying to protect their rights, trying to keep that catalog in their, so that the artists can't do what they want to do with them. And the worst part of it is they are so archaic in their infrastructure that they are unable to move forward into this new world. So when you sign that contract as well, there's another clause in it that says, for all known media and unknown, which means they own those master rights. Some of those contracts were written when there was CDs around. And when the industry changed completely to streaming, the record labels, without asking the artists, went ahead and licensed the music to Spotify. That's how Spotify got off the ground. It did these radical licensing deals with the record labels who made that decision on behalf of all its artists. The artists had no say in the fact that they were going to be earning 8 cents per whatever it is. Not 8 cents per stream, that's crazy. It's not 3 cents or something they get per stream. Artists had no say in that matter. That was just done by the labels because they own the master rights. So those master rights are all, after 30 years, they get given back to the artist, and the artists are now free, as Blockface says, to do with that music whatever they want. You can't even, for example, create a little ad of your music. Say you want to create a little video and you put your music on. They will very often remove that audio, even though you wrote, recorded, and paid for the song, from whatever you're doing with it. You have no rights. If somebody phones you up and says, I'll give you $100,000, will you play your music in my film? You have to go to your publisher, who generally has given you an advance 10 years ago and has never done anything to recoup that advance, but just keeps you so that you're stuck within their stable. You can't do that. Your publisher will take 30% of that, if you're lucky, sometimes more, and you will get 70% of it, and they will push those deals so high that very often nobody signs them because so yeah, it's a very fucked system, to put it quite frankly. And like I said earlier, I believe that if you build something that in any way helps musicians, all these people that are getting their catalog back, all of these new musicians who are actually making, musicians love making musicians. Touring bands like writing and recording songs. There's an incredible vibe in that. They do it because they love it. They don't want to sit in front of a computer. They want to sit in a group and write music and work with teams and go on the road and sell merch and meet their fans. And at the moment, that's just being eked away by the systems that we have. So there you have it. I know we've sort of taken over a lot of the space talking about music. Is there anybody else who would like to chat about their project? Please join us here on stage. We are here to offer support. It's our last space before applications close. They're closing on Friday. And we've got about, I think, 14 so far. I think Hero pinned the link if you want to go and have a look and see what we've got in. We've got film, we've got literature, we've got photography, we've got art, we've got a real range of stuff. So super excited. Yes, Reese.
No, I don't have anything to add. I just wanted to say good night. I need to run now. But it was awesome hearing about all of this. It was brutal hearing about all of this. It's enlightening in a very sad way. I didn't know any of this. So that's crazy. But I need to run now. I need to go eat my dinner. And yeah, but I will catch you. I had a few questions, but if it's okay, I will DM you those.
Yeah, that's perfect. We can chat on DM or even a call. Maybe have a
All
call
right.
tomorrow or the next day.
That might be a good idea. Awesome.
Mm.
Okay. Cheers, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your evening.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Reese. Take care. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Kitty, I was having audio issues earlier. I just wanted to say sorry about that. I was trying to like get in there for you and just tell that guy, like, hey, we're all in this space together. But yeah, I had real bad delay, and that's Twitter Spaces for you. So yeah, my bad about that.
No, not bad at all. Thank you for wanting to just step in. We love opinion. We love vibes. We love a head-on conversation, but we can still be kind about it and not tell everyone
Yeah, and I
their
wanted to give a
shit.
shout out to Blockface as well for having his guys come in here and just kind of listen in, trying to find the use cases and stuff. That I think that's cool. Shout out to you, man.
Doesn't always go as planned, but here we are.
New opinions are important though, you know, and it like also the thing is that what I do respect is how incredibly passionate he was about what he believed in. I think that's so important. Creatives who believe so deeply in what they're doing, you know, and so I have a lot of respect for him in that regard. I just think that our opinions differ, you know, obviously, and I'm probably maybe don't have as much of an insight. I obviously don't have as much of an insight as well, but opinions are important, and it's important to hear other people's opinions, and I respect how passionate he was as well. I think it's always good to hear from people, like how they think, because that's when someone in the audience suggests something or whatever, and then that's how things get done. Sorry, I'm not being very intelligent. I haven't drunk my coffee. I've just been sitting here listening the entire time. My coffee's just sitting,
No,
you know.
that's how it
Yeah, I
works. I
think if we
agree.
just doesn't talk over each other, then I think everything is good.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Everybody's opinions matter, and that's what it takes. Just like a whole collective of people like sharing their opinions and their views and how they look at things for things to grow. So I agree. It's definitely needed. So
How are you
yeah,
going to stop
I'm
Yoko
interested
Ono?
in like. I don't know how we're gonna stop Yoko
Right?
Ono.
Yoko Ono is there. What are you going to do? Tell Paul McCartney no? Sorry, dude. He wins.
I want to this is so random and not relevant at all to what's going on. Does anyone know a website builder or whatever that I can use that's free? Because I had Squarespace and it was charging me 20 quid a month, and like love Squarespace, but I'm not paying that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, cuz yeah,
Yola,
I need like a website.
Yola,
What was that?
Yola. It's
Oh.
YOLA.com. I'm pretty sure.
What's the website? Maybe I can make it right now.
It's just an art. I just need to put some. Basically, I was really intelligent and I emailed a gallery in my hometown and was like, "Oh my god, would you guys like totally want to like store my art?" Thinking that it was first of all, I just assumed they wouldn't respond to me, but they've just emailed me back and gone, "Sure." And I was like, "Oh, I like don't have a website properly set up and all of my art is currently in a different country." So I'm kind of like now I'm hopefully meeting with them next week and I'm now having to just kind of slapdash like do everything because I just did not think that through at all. So like it's an amazing thing that they've like said that they want to like meet with me, but obviously I potentially should have been slightly more organized.
There are people in the room, the digital mercenaries, that can like just snap their fingers and make the site. Where's the art?
I have photos of it. My sister's insisting that the photos I have aren't good. So she's at home at my house and at my family home in the UK. She's gonna photograph everything and she said that she'll then send me the better, more professional photos. Because apparently the photos I've taken aren't good enough for her, like graphic design, like obsessed, like kind of she said that it's not good enough. So I'm just waiting to get the photos from her
Is it
tomorrow.
with the dragons or something else?
No, so it's my like abstract like paintings and stuff that I do. I'll just pin this tweet and it's
Please.
the first oh, if I can. 2 seconds. God, honestly, the fight that I have with technology. So it's art in the style of that first photo in that tweet. I don't think I have any real tweets of just the paintings. I guess also there's this one. Cuz I haven't really we just live in a room at the moment and so oh that's the wrong thing. I did not mean to do that. So yeah, I've been making a lot of digital art recently, but abstract art is kind of where I want to go. That's like I love digital art as well, like don't get me wrong, and like line work and all that stuff, but I really really enjoy abstract art. And so I kind of reached out to the galleries hoping that like maybe I would get a response or like some advice or something. And it was I think also just to kind of motivate myself. I don't know if anyone else does that like does things to motivate themselves to do something else. And yeah, luckily it's turned out good, but yeah, now I've just got to like build a website and stuff. So, but yeah, that's the kind of art that I do, like A3 canvases of like abstract. Sorry, I'm like just talking in
No,
circles.
no, I'm listening to everything. Um, what's the why behind the art, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, no worries. The why it's my like personal experiences, I guess. I always really liked painting, but in like school and stuff, I was told not to do it because I couldn't paint traditionally. I wasn't good at like realism and stuff like that. I kind of liked the more cartoony abstract styles, and for some reason my art teacher loved like Basquiat and stuff but didn't love like it was very odd, but anyway. But so that I don't know, I just kind of created an art piece one day, just kind of messed around with it and just ended up really liking the style. And they're kind of inspired, like I say, by like personal situations. So like the one where do I go that I've pinned is about like almost like feeling like different versions of myself, like wanting to do different things. I've got ones about like moving and grieving and all stuff like that. So it's very kind of like personal stories, I guess. I really want to create a series where I do more like other people's experiences, like the idea of doing like a self-portrait of someone, but it's not like a photo of them or a realistic painting of them. It's like one of my like abstract pieces, so it's like seeing if I can capture that experience in that style in a way that they feel is like correctly represented. I just think would be like really interesting, like meeting people and talking to them and being like, oh, the story you told me inspired me to paint this. Like, how did do you think that it like matches and stuff? I just think would be like an interesting thing to do. But yeah, so that the why is kind of, yeah, just, it helps me process things, I think is the biggest thing.
All right, stay tuned. Hopefully I can finish it before the end of the space.
Thank you so much for letting me talk about it. I love when people want to hear about my art. It's like, it makes me really happy. It's like my favorite thing ever to talk about. People are like, tell me about your art. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. Like all my coworkers, I'm like, oh, did you know, like, I'm an artist? Like, I make art. Like, do you want to see my art? Like, I drew this. I painted this. Like, do you want to? I must be so irritating in real life. It's like, shut up. Like, no one cares. But my coworkers are really sweet and all really supportive, so I'm really lucky. But yeah,
It's
thank you
like
for letting me
moms
talk
with
about it. I really appreciate it.
it's like moms with children,
Yeah,
or
literally.
anyone with children. Have a look at my picture of my child. And you're like, oh, that's my child's child. I do it myself. It's so embarrassing. Guys, is there anybody here who would like to talk about um, their application for the DeGrants? Like I said, this is the final show we're going to have for you to share your project. So if there is anybody here, please feel free to come on stage. We would love to welcome you here. Yeah, otherwise, I guess we can just natter away about art. I can go through I can go through what we've got so far. We've got some fun things. What have we got? Um, there's a Gavin Kendo has put in a beautiful application to do. Let's have a look. He's making a collection of surreal paintings about the plight of chasing a dream that seems out of reach. It's called a Museum of Metamorphosis, which I think sounds really nice. I've been through the proposal. That one is, sounds really cool. Have you had a look at it, Graham? Have you had a look at it, Grim? Yeah, Grim's gone.
I have. I've had a brief look. I've had a brief look and it looks amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Hero, you got your hand up. What's up?
So should I do it like last time where I add the names to the columns on the right? Like if I put, or whoever the stewards are on the right, and then allow a place for you guys to score.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Thank you. We'll
So I mean, there's no no reason if you don't want to sort of end load the next week, you can front load. Like start reviewing this week, just an idea because you guys got particularly a lot. So if you want to get ahead, I think it's an option. But yeah, I can start like tidying up those columns, giving you guys a place to vote. Right, it's 1 to 10. Is that right? Is that still the plan? Good kitty.
Yeah, I've got I was actually making a new spreadsheet as well for us, just kind of summarizing it for everybody so that we can
Are you
compare
doing
apples.
some kind of weighting of you doing different weighting, or is it just simply 1 to 10? Because I think you had like 5 factors or criterias, and each of them weights 20%. Is that weighting still true, or have you updated it?
We'll do it. I am going to share a spreadsheet that I'm working on at the moment. So maybe I should share that with you before. Yeah, let me share what I'm doing with you, and then you can sort of spot any errors or anything I've left out, and we can sort of
Okay.
collaboratively come together on a sort of a final document for the stewards to go through. But I think I'd also like to have a
Okay.
meeting with the stewards, which we'll have in the next couple of days, because my goal was to have the stewards kind of all have a rough commentary on all of them, and then put a Twitter thread out on the proposals and have everyone share it and see if we can get some community engagement around it. And then for the next week space that we have on Tuesday, I'd like to invite the stats community and also all the applicants to invite their communities. And so we can kind of all give a community-based feedback, not just the stewards. Um, and then do our final voting after that. So that's kind of my plan.
Wow, I'm very impressed.
Oh, thanks, man. You inspire me to impress you.
I don't know about that.
It's true, hero. I speak no lies. I am good kitty.
Okay,
Just give me a taco.
I'm gonna post the website to the bottom.
Oh my God, Blockface, are you a real human as well? If I hadn't seen you in real life, I would think you were AI. You're so fast.
What have you done, Blockface?
I'm trying to eliminate the need for myself, one prototype at a time.
Oh yeah. Are you going to train us to be like you, basically, Blockface? Is that still the plan on the table?
That's the only reason. That's the only way we're gonna scale. All right, check this out. I'll post it to the top. Grim, you can provide questions, comments, violent disagreements. Let me know if I did a bad job, shit job, something in between.
How do we see
So
it?
when are we training to be like you, Blockface? When does a training camp happen? I'm signing up.
Yeah, Blockface, can't you put in a proposal to teach us all to be like you
Yes.
We'll give Blockface all the money, and just so he can create websites for everyone
in
for the
Mexico?
rest of time.
We'll do it in Mexico. Yeah. We'll bring the laptops and connect to the Wi-Fi that's emitting from the Chichen Itza. Right? Someone has to keep clapping, and the other person will just hold up their laptop in front of their face. All right, so I'm putting it to the top now. I'm not sure if it works that well on mobile, but the desktop should give you an idea.
I mean, this looks
Uh,
great.
What
And
the hell? What?
how did
Oh
you
my
do
word.
this?
What the hell? You just like come up with a website?
Hello.
This is done in like, what
I
the
need a
hell?
website now, Blockface. I
Yeah,
need a
exactly.
website.
Blockface is taking
It's amazing,
commissions.
isn't
Okay,
it?
so this is so cool. Blockface, we're gonna do a challenge.
What
How many
the?
websites you can create in one Twitter space?
All right, that's the first
What
request.
the
What's the
fuck?
second?
Yeah, can you do it from? Well, like,
Wait,
yeah,
wait, wait.
that's impressive, bro.
That is so
Those
fucking
pictures
cool.
are. Those are your all your art, Grim? Like the all of them, or is it
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
couple of them?
It's a few of them. Wait, hang on. Wait, I'm impressed. There's photos on here that are my other stuff.
Yeah,
Wait,
the ones down there seems to be
no, I
yours,
just mean
right?
like ones that I didn't link. So he went and found them. Wow, I'm impressed. Damn, this looks better than the website I had before that I was
It's
paying
either
to
we're
like.
just so dumb or he's just so smart. I think it's
I
one
think
or the other.
I'm probably just dumb,
I'm not an
realistically.
artist, by the way. Most of my stuff looks like terrible abstract art, so there's a partnership to be had.
Apparently, you're
Abstract
not a
art is the
coder
way.
too.
Why would you learn how to code when the AI codes for you and you copy and paste it into the website and call it something you made?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to do it. That's the
I'll show you.
problem, Bullface. Yeah, so I got an issue. Not sorry, not an issue. I got a thing that we've been kept talking about. We keep getting people like not able to connect to each other with each other, and the project is like like this. I got Mike. He's missing like he's a very talented dev, but he needs like a marketing person. So how can projects connect with talents around the ecospace on the website? And maybe like what Rocky wants is almost like a temperature check of your ideas. So people can upvote, downvote, offer feedback. That helps to sort of give nurture the early stage ideas to more well-rounded, um, give it more chance for success rather than just random ideas. Everybody has random idea, but how to take it to the next level by getting user feedback. And plus, like we have like a crowdfunding mechanism thing that we kind of wish to have, which we have a separate website that's open source already. But it's like I think connecting all these different like ecosystem needs and challenges that we come across in real time you know. But yeah, I'll just leave it there. I don't have a solution, but I'll just throw some of the challenges we've been coming across again and again over the past few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the next thing that Cindy's going to do beyond being an information made with a personality is to actually manage human capital and human resources to actually go from ideation to execution. So imagine that the bot is being trained through interactions like this to do this stuff faster and faster and faster. So maybe
Who's
you're a new
Cindy?
artist. Go ahead.
Sorry, who's Cindy?
Oh, Cindy is
You don't know? You haven't met Cindy?
Cindy
No.
is Cindy is an AI trained on 4,000 hours of the Syndicate Space podcasts. Hold on, let me get Cindy to say hi. Let me just go to my computer.
Should we do a Stacks podcast right now? Like, tell us about Stacks, episode 1.
Hello, everyone. This is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name is Good Kitty. I work as the lead steward on the Stacks DeGrants funding program, and my focus is on NFTs. Do you like NFTs?
Yes. Good kitty. Is that a euphemism?
Um, what is a euphemism?
Like good kitty. Do you mean good kitty?
I mean, good kitty. Sometimes bad kitty, but I don't have that in my name.
Bad kitty makes good kitty.
Exactly. Oh, I like you, Cindy. Can we
So
be
that's
friends?
Cindy. So Cindy's
I love
my
her.
better half.
That is brilliant. Oh my God, I love it.
So the idea is that Cindy's been helping different people in Stacks kind of end their endless debate cycles and get stuff done. But now we're noticing that the only shortfall with Cindy is that she can't actually execute with human resources or troops. So that's kind of the next level, not only to decide what's done, but also to execute projects either through API calls and Python or actually saying, hey, Rocky, here's an opportunity. This is the value. Go forth.
Can Cindy give us a summary of today's Twitter Spaces?
Bringing
Just a
Grammy
good kitty
winners
one.
into Web3.
What was that?
Bringing Grammy winners into Web3.
She's not very talkative today, Blockface. What's going on?
We are rate limiting Cindy's voice because we haven't applied for the grant yet. But the idea is that certain grants would allow us to connect with 11 labs. So with a $10 or $20 account, we can actually give your synthetic person for, imagine you had the digital twin of Good Kitty that operated like a Cindy as a service for this specific community to connect everyone that doesn't know each other.
I would love
We
that.
need to
Yeah,
scale Grim. As well.
Yeah, we need
yeah, yeah. I think that it's awesome to be able to like replicate somebody's identity. That way, you can kind of monetize it as well. Like you could sell your identity. Say somebody wanted blockface, synthetic human being to help them work through through problems and stuff, you could monetize that by selling those, you know, and say somebody needed a steward in the NFT track, they could have a good kitty, pay for good kitty's identity. I really like that idea. It's really cool.
I do want to charge in BTC though, Blockface. So SBTC with AI streaming, and I earn in BTC. Sell myself as sell my digital twin.
So I get the response times have to be considered when choosing solution infrastructure. So if you want real-time sub 500 millisecond communications, we're going to have to make sure that that solution architecture exists. And so we're working through it right now by having local models, but I don't want to take up too much of the conversation. Grim, let's keep working on that website. The more images I have, the more we can finalize the website and see if it actually works to make you money with this art gallery.
I just accidentally, I'm so sorry. I tried to click the mic off to my mic on to be like, yes, great. And I ended up
That's
clicking
it,
mute everyone.
amazing.
God, I've done that like multiple times. I should not be allowed like I need to just stay as a speaker. Like being co-host is too much accidental power that I'm like wreaking havoc with. But yeah, absolutely. My sister's gonna take, you know, in her words, more professional photos tomorrow and then send them to me. So I'll let you know when
Well,
I've got hold of them. I really appreciate you helping me out. Thank you so much.
if you don't mind sending me your email address, I'll put you in control of that site so you can start changing it.
Oh, you're a legend. Thank you.
That truly is amazing, Blockface. That is amazing. I mean, where do you get that in the world that you can go on a call and you can say, "Oh, I need a website," and then 10 minutes later you've got a website. And I mean, that's just fucking incredible.
I think that's the power of community. Honestly, if the
Yeah,
community needs anything, it needs that.
yeah. This is why I love these Twitter spaces because I mean, it's expanded my world in a way that I never thought it would be expanded. I mean, none of my wildest dreams, you know. And I'm really looking forward. When I became Good Kitty, I always thought to myself, one day I'm going to be just chilling here and Good Kitty can be skedaddling all around the internet working. So I'm glad to hear it's one step closer. I will be first on your list for selling the Good Kitty identity.
So, good kitty, that brings me to ask about post DeGrants world. How would that look like if you have any thoughts? Like, it would be, do you think it's worth like continuing the effort of hosting, continue to build this community of, you know, artists weekly? Uh, how would that, like, do we rotate hosting, or how would that look like to you?
I absolutely think that we should continue during the breaks between the cohort, you know, the funding. I think we should continue what we're doing because I think that's where we're going to get ideas. That's where we're going to be able to work together as a community for no reason other than we love what we're doing and with the intention or with the knowledge that there will be further funding down the line if we continue building this community regardless of funding, you know. So I think it's important, obviously, for us to come together and show the foundation that we have been successful in this project. But I do think it should grow. I think what we've done here is taken something from the grounds up where and it's advanced in this second cohort miraculously, really, as we split up into our own little groups, created these spaces where people are coming together, and I think that definitely needs to carry on. And I think we're in a position now where we can start building our own sort of revenue streams or our own investment from the public. Because if we can continue to show the stacks community, and let's face it, we're all invested in the stacks community. You know, if you've got an Xverse wallet and you've got stacks in there, you're invested in the success of this ecosystem. And we can only do that by coming together on a continual basis. So I definitely know that this space is going to continue, and I hope grow, and I hope the listeners will continue to enjoy it and continue to come here and share their creative ideas. And I'm certain that if you continue the other shows on the other days of the week, that's going to happen too. And I think we also have to remember that as we move closer towards September, we're going to have the Nakamoto upgrade. And I think the work we're doing now, each and every one of us have to remember that that is the foundation on which all of the rest of it is going to be built. And we need to start preparing for that now. The people who are here and who are investing their time and their creativity are building for that. Yes, it's quiet, but so is everything. But that doesn't mean it's going to be quiet forever. This thing isn't built yet. We're busy building it. And that's the importance, like Blockface says, of community. I mean, look at the miracles we can perform right here on Twitter as we speak. An artist can say she needs a website, and somebody else in the community can say, well, here's one 5 minutes later. And there's so much talent in this room. Every week I look around and I see all of this talent, and it's just really about connecting us. And that's why I think what's also important going forward is for us to have a community coordinator, because part of that person's skill set is to know what one person is doing so that it can be passed along the chain and connect all these dots that need to be connected in a decentralized environment. We're all learning how to be entrepreneurs and independent, and yet at the same time be collaborators. We're not isolated entrepreneurs. So to answer your question, yes, I see this as something that's going to grow. Whether the funding in the future comes from the foundation or from the community, none of us know. But I hope that everybody feels the same way, and that is that we stick together and we keep growing this community for the love of it and also for the growth of stats. How's that for a little bit of a presidential campaigner? What do you
Very
all think?
good. I'm impressed. I'm constantly impressed by you.
As I am by you, the love is real. Grim is my niece, for anybody who doesn't know. So we actually really are family, and we're very, very proud of it.
Exactly. That's why we bring it up every single space.
Yeah. It's going to be changed to
Everyone must know.
me and my niece.
Yeah.
But yeah, come
Yeah,
on. Anybody
exactly.
else want to hop up on stage? Otherwise, we're going to wind it down. Anybody have any words of wisdom?
I actually updated the site if you want to refresh.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go.
Let's go, everybody. Let's click on the
What
link.
what
Let's check
happened?
it out.
Another one.
Yeah, let's go. We'll have a look. For anybody who wants, ooh, that's nice.
Oh.
Wait.
Wow.
Hasn't come to me yet. I mean, check the same website, is it?
That's right.
Yeah.
You just press refresh. I'm swapping out all the images.
What's the difference?
Look at the copy.
I'm so impressed.
Oh, I love the way it comes in from the side.
Where? I'm on my mobile. I can't.
Sama,
What's going on?
what kind of mobile have you got, Hero? A Nokia
He's using the
8?
I got
Stacks phone pre Nakamoto right now. He doesn't get the update for another 10 minutes.
Who's gonna submit a stack phone application? Huh?
That's beautiful.
All right, I just updated.
I don't see
That's
it. What's the
amazing. Thank you
difference?
so much.
Let me check on my desktop. Give me a sec.
Rocky go to?
So, good kitty. I'll try to encourage other tracks to keep up their spaces. They might have to rotate or some kind. I don't know. We need like more people in each track to step up, so not all burden lays on one person. Because Hattie is taking on a lot, and I don't want to tire him out post DeGrant. So maybe we can have like a small break or something, but then we can get it back up.
Is there nobody that that wants to take on the role of hosting? Does he host two of them?
Yeah, he hosts for DeFi and BNS right now. So I think we just have to find more people in those two tracks.
Why do you restrict it to people?
What is it? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Does that include synthetic beings as well?
I mean, if you can do like why couldn't Cindy host? I don't see any problem. I'm just like a co-host.
You understand?
Why not?
Why not? You want to try
We
it for
can
the
give it
next
a
show?
try. I'm all for experimentation.
Guys, we've got to have a Cindy
So
hosted space. I mean, I am going to back that. Cindy,
whoa.
can she be my co-host to start off, to test it out?
Let's see.
Imagine her co-hosting with Grim and I. Oh God.
Right now, we don't have the API kind of fully, like in real time, but we did actually get that fancy $5,000 API for Twitter. So there's some limited functionality. Let's see if it works. She can't
While we
speak,
wait
but
for
she can listen.
she can listen.
She can listen and express emojis based on the real-time transcript through some of the tools we have.
What? She can express emojis on her own?
It's a bit
I mean, I've seen bots.
It's a bit of supervised experience right now as we get funding for the API token costs. Next week.
Hi, Cindy.
Sorry, I dropped off there. I don't know what happened.
Oh, wait, that's so cute.
Is that Cindy?
Yeah.
Cindy?
Oh my God, wait. That's so cool.
Hi, Cindy. How are you? Oh, she can't speak. She can just listen.
Yeah, she can respond with emojis.
Hi, Cindy. Do you like Bitcoin?
That is insane.
What? She doesn't like Bitcoin? I think we need to kick
Oh,
her out.
she's got a bit of a sense of humor on her. She loves Bitcoin. You love Bitcoin, don't you, Cindy?
Tell me about stacking in the stacks world, Cindy.
Okay, so we can do a bit of text because text is a bit easier through the API. One moment, I'll post something to the top. Yeah, she's a bit of a. She sometimes makes people upset. I'll post it to the top. I don't want to offend anyone.
Isn't it depending on how agreeable you turn the dial up or down?
That's right. Yep.
Have you got that done?
All right. Look at the top. Tell me if you want to turn the dial up or down on agreeableness.
Fuck! Oh my god, no.
Is she too mean?
She's a maximum.
Why do you prefer
She's a ossification.
why do you prefer pre-seg with Bitcoin, Cindy? Awesome. Hello?
All right, let me post it.
Hello?
Okay, again, Cindy's a bit of a white paper maximalist.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I think
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I can.
Imagine that she's
Cindy?
listening the entire
Oh,
time. Go
God.
ahead.
Cindy, what do you think about NFTs on Stacks? And do you think there's a future for us to build out NFTs on Stacks?
She's a fortune teller now as well.
Well, at least she's honest. I mean, fuck. I'm taking honesty over anything.
No, she can be turned up or down.
Oh,
How agreeable or critical she is, and so that's adjustable. And also, she can. What I like about Cindy is she is able to not give you the answer and sort of almost like a tutor and assist you to get to the answer. I think that's pretty incredible. Rather than just giving you like when you ask a question, you get answers straight away. I think it makes you think a little bit more. You know.
mm.
All right, take a
Blockface,
look at the top.
ultimately, will she be able to do this to actually speak and chat with us on a space?
I can prepare it for next week. I'll just rally the team around the tokens. But take a look at the top. You'll see her response. It says, "Don't shoot the messenger."
And then if she linked to something, what am I clicking on?
Mm-hmm. You mind reading that? Reading that through that?
I mean, that's the same as last time. What's the difference?
New audience, new meanings.
I don't see the NFT part.
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Bitcoin and what's possible in the future with appreciation of what is true at present.
Thank you, Cindy. We appreciate your feedback. You're always welcome on the spaces.
Well,
We're
so
excited
this
to
same time next week. What do you think?
yeah, let's bring her in. We can test her out here, and we're having community feedback on all the proposals. So maybe we can have a Cindy section.
But Cindy is one of the reviewers as well.
Yeah.
I was
So
hoping to connect Cindy with zero authority so she can build a reputation.
I mean, Cindy can literally read the document that's public, and,
Yeah,
and
man.
I don't know, make some comments
I
about
would
it.
love to next week. I would love to hear because we've got community feedback week next week. So I'm inviting all the community to give their thoughts on the proposals. So I'm going to write a Twitter thread or condense it for you into an Excel spreadsheet. Then you can let Cindy know and she can give us feedback as we go around the room on each proposal. I'd love that. Let's see what happens.
Just to shout out Paul down there. Paul is the one with the local language, the large language models running locally. And so he is the digital mercenary in charge of making it real-time communication. So Paul, if you're down there, we have an assignment, same time next week. We're gonna see if we can turn Cindy on.
Turn Cindy on.
Yeah, I want to see Cindy turned on and see what we get there.
I love, guys. I
That's amazing.
apologize to monopolize this space.
It's fascinating. I hope everybody else finds it as fascinating as I do.
So Blockface, another use case. We got virtual down there. He's from Finland. Today he was trying to explain his idea of what he wants to do. There were some language challenges, like understanding what he was saying and what he was trying to communicate his point across was just a little bit difficult. So I can see Cindy facilitating that from a communication standpoint, but also also like educational. Like if he wants to know anything about stacks, rather than going through some English documents, like he can literally ask Cindy about stacks and shoot it back to him.
I mean,
So that's another sort of little use case I can think of.
Cindy can speak, was it Finnish?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Cindy spoke Spanish already, so I wouldn't be surprised if Cindy spoke Finnish. But I just want to share that use case I came across. And I have had a number of people come to me and say, I invite them to join Twitter Spaces, right? Because that's how we collaborate. And that's how we brainstorm ideas. That's how the applicant can present their ideas. But I have had at least 4 people say, oh, their English is not good enough, so they don't want to come up, etc. Which there's a barrier between the English speaking applicants, I would say, and other language, which is kind of unfair because we don't really have like a Spanish to the spaces much. There is one, but in terms of application support specific, it's really challenging for somebody who doesn't know English. Maybe that's always going to be the persistent barrier that we're going to have, and you have to be able to write application in English.
Not
I don't know.
necessarily, because I spent most of my career as a headhunter. I had to get really good at understanding people who didn't speak English because they were often the most talented IT people. So I look at it as my job to understand what someone's saying or to learn their language in the process. Why should they have to learn my language? That's just the same master-slave dichotomy.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a challenge that I'm coming across in real time doing these DeGrants spaces.
I'm glad
And
you
people
told me.
messaging me, they don't want to come.
Imagine all of the value that we lose because we're speaking in English alone. It's astronomical.
All right, I'm gonna jump down. Maybe Nat can take over. Thank you, Good Kitty. Thank you,
He put
Blockface.
me. The CEO put me up to take over. What's going on, everybody? I only came up because you invited me up here. I thought you was going to ask me something. Well, how's everyone doing? Good space, listening. Great stuff going on.
I think we scared everyone off.
Yeah, I was just here. That's what I'm saying. I was just in here listening. I had to jump into a meeting at the beginning of the space as well. So I came in. I was just listening, and then Hero invited me up twice. So I was like, he must want to speak to me about something. So jumped up, and Hero jumped down.
Is Blitz in the room? Hey, Blitz. I saw the request for a website. Do you mind telling Cindy a bit about it, either out loud or in the comments?
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Welcome. Yes, loud and clear.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, right now we're just a meme coin, so I really didn't want to say too much. You know, the team doesn't even know that I'm speaking right now in the space, but basically we're starting off as a meme token, but eventually we do plan to evolve into an actual music networking platform. I'm a hip hop artist from the Bronx. Just looking to pretty much change the industry. You know, there's a lot going on. You know, I know Good Kitty spoke about it. You know, some of it where the artists are pretty much getting taken advantage of, and I believe that smart contracts can really change the industry. You know, my idea was basically to build a platform where everybody can pretty much get paid on a daily basis. You know, after, immediately after the song is streamed, we could have smart contracts literally pay everybody that was involved in the process of making the actual song. So every producer, the engineers who rarely get paid, um, and even like the lawyer, like the person who actually brokered the deal. Like we could literally include like over 10 people, to get paid over that one song instantly on a daily basis. So a platform like that where people can just connect and just create music together. Um, yeah, I really wanted to brainstorm with the team and stuff before I actually spoke out. That's why I didn't speak in the beginning, but that's pretty
What's
much the
the
gist of it. Yeah.
do
Wait, what
you
did you
do
say?
you have a main single?
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Do you have a main single?
Single? Yeah, I have several. It really like okay. So basically, I really wanted to gauge the space because I deal in hip hop. So I know like with the vulgar language, and I didn't know how the Stacks community would feel about certain songs being played. So I really wanted to get a feel for that first, but because I do see a lot of the musicians, the music that you guys play are really positive, and I didn't want to create a bad image for the Stacks community. So that's really why we've been waiting to release the music. But yeah, we have several, like at least 40 to 50 songs ready to go. It's just about planning things out and figuring out what's the best way to go. And yeah,
What would be the flagship song?
uh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat it? It's distorted for some reason. What did you say?
I think when you're unmuted, it happens.
Uh,
What would be the main single that you think would attract the most super fans?
yeah. So I think mainstream adoption. I do have this song. It's called "Had to." It's pretty much a song about um, pretty much being on your last last straw. Having no choice but to go 100%. Due to this, the whole all of the corruption in the financial system. So, I mean, we do plan on releasing a snippet this week, so you guys will definitely get to hear the song. But it's a very inspirational, motivational type song. Like that's the lane that we feel is best to go in if there are concerns, with music content and such.
I just wanted to quickly ask, yeah, with you saying what you just said there towards the end about the single, yeah, is what is making you choose? Is that kind of fear of, um, or concern that people may feel that maybe it's a bit, it's got too much expletives in it or whatever it is that the concern as to why you're choosing that particular single, or is it that maybe you feel that there's some other singles that you could release but you're releasing that one just because of that concern?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's just because of that, because those songs do mean the most to me. But I also, from a business perspective, I do want to bring the masses into the Stacks ecosystem. And I know that type of music isn't, sometimes it's not the best message. So, what we were thinking is to possibly have like a multi-chain, concept where, like, if it's necessary, some of those mainstream songs can go on like a different chain, like a Solana or something, where it's, I mean, to me it's oversaturated, but I can like divide up the music based on the chain. I just really wanted to get a gauge for it. But as far as what means the most to me, yeah, I do believe that more of the positive, high spirited music would be best. But I'm just thinking about mainstream adoption and what would bring the most people in. So, and that's pretty much the balance that every artist has to pretty much deal with in the industry. Whether to appeal to the masses and bring, because in the long run that can affect the most change, but then at the same time you do want to put out the best message. So yeah, it's just something we're not we haven't made any final decisions on yet, but yeah, we're just considering both sides.
I mean,
Almost done.
go, go.
Almost done.
Yeah, I was just gonna say from my perspective, I mean, just personally, like as an avid hip hop listener, is that hip hop is one of the rawest forms of expression when it comes to making music. And if you're looking for, use that term that Blockface used there, like super fans, then super fans are going to listen to your music whether if they think it's good, whether it's got expletives in it or not, or what chain it's on, is not going to matter to those particular super fans, Um, and those are the people who obviously primarily you'd be servicing, I'd say, in the long run. So I mean, obviously, everyone's got their different way of doing things. Everyone's got different journey, and as you said, if your goal is to, let's say, reach a mass amount of people, and you're going to put things on loads of different chains to be able to do that, what you put on those chains, um, really, I could say, is neither here nor there. Because if somebody's gonna, you might put the non-expletive positive stuff like on Stacks, for instance, and then put all of the, maybe, a bit more like adult content stuff on Solana, right? It doesn't mean that anybody on those two chains are not going to think the opposite of what you thought they were going to think. Do you understand, right? And for me, music is the expression. So it's like you put it out, and if people do like it, then they gravitate towards it. If they don't like it, they don't. Not everyone's gonna like all of everybody's songs as well, either. So, you could put out like maybe some stuff that, hey, this particular group on that particular chain, they don't really like that song, but then maybe you put out a song, two, three songs later, and then they say, hey, I didn't really like the other stuff they were doing, but now they've done this, like I really like this one's really catchy, or it resonates with me for some reason, or whatever. So for me, it's like choosing where you choose to kind of put out your music is more for you, the artist, to kind of think of, how do you want to be represented, and where do you want this music to be available. rather than it is this particular community gonna like it, or if they're not. Do you understand, right? Like, just putting it out there is gonna say whether people like it or whether people don't, and sometimes people might not even catch it until later. So, you know, I just don't think, like, personally, just again, this is my personal view, that that it matters that much to super fans. Super fans are people, again, that is just going to listen to that stuff and like it. Yeah. And they're going to end up following you anyway. There's lots of people that I listen to, like, I listen to tons of hip hop. Like, and there's lots of hip hop that I listen to somebody, I listen to like their whole album, and I'm not even feeling that dude. Then they might have one tune and it'd be like, yeah, you know what, that one tune is cool and I like that one tune. And then if I'm a super fan, let's say, so somebody that I'm buying their material constantly, even sometimes that happens with them. You know, I'm listening to them for a while and I'm like, I'm not really feeling this. And then they might just put out one project that is, for me, is stupendous. And then all of a sudden I start to now engage with that artist's material a lot more. So yeah, so I just wouldn't let that be anywhere in your frame as a blocker of, yeah, what will people listen to? Because once you put it out, then you're gonna know who listens to it or don't, no matter what chain it's on, you know, or even if it's in Web 2. So that's it.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. My main thing, like the only reason I haven't really released it yet is because I really was waiting for that, the Bitcoin finality. I think that comes with the whole Nakamoto upgrade and everything, and I really want the music to actually be on chain. But I'm fine with releasing the music on Gamma. Like I said, we're just starting off with a general meme token now, just to build a community first, and we're gonna have more discussions like these. We do plan to start hosting spaces and getting to know everybody more, just to get a feel for the community. But yeah, we're still in the beginning stages. Like we literally just got our listing today, and there's been a lot going on with the token. But the music, I definitely want to just make sure everybody's cool with it, especially because of the DeGrants program, because we did apply for that. And I don't know if the foundation's reputation is on the line and things like that. Whenever you receive money from, at least in traditional finance, there's certain requirements that they expect. So we did want to get a feel for that first. But yeah, overall, things are looking good. This is definitely our first project. We're pretty new to this side of things. Actually releasing the token. This is the first time I'm actually putting a product out, on the blockchain, as opposed to just being an investor. So I just want to be able to think of things, from the business aspect as well, instead of just the artist. But I appreciate
Take a look at the
the
top.
space. Yep,
There it is.
appreciate it.
Is somebody talking, or sorry, because I can't see Good Kitty's thing. Good Kitty, did you say something? Am I interrupting here? Sorry.
No.
Or was
Go
there
ahead.
silence? Okay, right, I can hear you. Sorry, I was thinking, I'm getting rugged again. But yeah, what one question that I would ask is again, just going off of your last answer there, and what you just said is, with kind of like the building of community, what made you decide, or is the kind of around the idea around the meme coin to build the community? What is the kind of general idea around there and that, and how it kind of links with the music community?
Well, let's say, I'd say like these past 2 years, I've just seen how powerful, the effect of having a community is just in general. And to me, like, I like a lot of utility coins, but honestly, to me, I feel like meme coins are actually have built better communities, like the spaces and everything. They've just done a great job in just getting people together and just to get to know each other and speak about general things. So I just felt like that would be the best, at least the best method to build supporters of a project. You could start off as a meme coin, Um, I don't know. The vibes are just there. Everybody's happy. Everybody's having fun, enjoying it. And then to later on release this the serious project. It just felt like the way to go. And I guess that's just my instincts and me observing the market. These past 2 years, I do admit most of it was Solana and seeing all these random meme coins pop up. A lot of them were scammy and everything, but I did witness, the camaraderie and everything that they had in those spaces, and they were having a good time. So I feel like if we can do that, but with a legitimate project, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. So that's why I just felt it was best to start off as a meme coin and hopefully evolve into, something more serious.
All right, let me know what you think.
Yeah. Thanks. No, no. Thanks for that answer. Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see what you've been looking at there, and I can agree with you that the meme coin community definitely, or meme coin communities tend to do, you do tend to find a lot of gems in conversation and people who are really sticking around and being loyal to those communities. Other than, obviously the kind of Solana things turned into a bit of a like just random pump and dump stuff. Um, and there's a few, ordinals collections that are obviously working collections side by side on Solana and Bitcoin or other chains and Bitcoin, um, and kind of like doing meme tokens and then stuff within Bitcoin space. So so yeah, it's definitely interesting. Um, but yeah, I definitely. I mean, anytime you want to connect to just talk about like music stuff or like stuff like that, I'm always about in the ecosystem trying to chat to everybody who's interested in music, and that's obviously how me and Good Kitty got into conversation. Early on. Another good person obviously to follow for music down there would be Jim.btc. And I know Arno also works with artists, as well. Um, and I think he does music as well. Arno, I don't know. One of you guys let me know. I think he does music as well. But Jim down there is creating, decentralized music platform in terms of sequencer, a door, a complete music suite, royalties on top of L1 Bitcoin. So Jim's definitely a good person to connect with, and he has tons of experience in the music space, tons of background, and the same there with Good Kitty as well. So so yeah, there's quite a few musicians in the space at the moment, and Good Kitty runs regular music spaces. We at Stacks London, we've got a community builder by the name of Nat Nye, who just yesterday, I mean, every Monday he runs every 2 Mondays, sorry, he runs a show called the Web3 Music and Poetry Show. And sometimes, like last night, we just get in there and just bullshit about what's going on in hip hop. Sometimes, if it's empty, I'm trying to say. So, there's always people to link up and connect with in the Stacks ecosystem, bro. But glad to see you here and good to hear about your project. Definitely.
Yep, it's good to be here, man. Thanks. And I just followed everybody you mentioned. I do plan on speaking to everybody. At, when the time comes. I think that within the next 2 days we'll put out at least a song snippet for you guys to get an idea of the type of content we want to produce, and then you know, by then it'll be easier to have these conversations around, the whole music aspect. I think you guys have a better idea of what we want to bring to the table. And yeah, we're just excited, but we're definitely watching everything that's going on. We're listening to spaces, staying active, and we do plan to connect with everyone. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing with us. It was really interesting, and I look forward to following what you are doing. You're welcome to also pop me a DM. We can have a chat. I can even just fill you in on a little bit of ins and outs in the community. So yeah, my DMs are open. And Atlas, yeah, Arno is he's a musician. I work with him. So
All right,
click
sounds
on
good. Hmm.
yeah, he's a fine artist and a musician. But anyway,
It's
guys,
because I'm always seeing
yeah.
Arnold's art stuff, Good Kitty, right? I'm always seeing, and I know he's in space, and I know he spoke about doing music before, but it was just I wasn't sure whether he did music as well, like that, or he was more, doing art stuff. And obviously, I was first introduced to Arnold's work through Free Hunter. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he was in a band, a very successful band, and then he started a solo career, and then he was actually studied graphic design before he became a singer. So recently, recently, 2012, he started with his first solo art exhibition. So he does fine art now as well. So a lot going on there. But all right, guys, I'd like to wind it down. It's 11 p.m. here, and I'd like to go and catch a bit of Netflix before I go to bed. So, do we have any last comments? Any last members of the audience who'd like to hop on stage? Otherwise, we can start closing it out.
Would like to get Blitz's feedback on the minimum viable music site above.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that on the minimum viable what?
Can you see the tweet at the top? Got you.
1 second. The BK on Bitcoin. Is this a song snippet? It's Cindy.
I don't have the
1 second.
file yet, but that was your website.
Wow. I mean, well, check it out. What is it exactly? Could you explain?
Press play, you'll find out.
Hold on.
You commented saying you want a site. That's the site, version 0.1. Thanks, Good Kitty. I think he dropped down so he could listen to the audio on his phone. Right now, I have a Biggie track from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, as a placeholder.
It's amazing. I just pressed play and had a little listen. You are the legend, Blockface. You are the legend, a living legend.
He's back. And Grim, I just transferred the website. So Grim has control of the site, and Blitz has the code on the left for all of that.
That's so incredible, man. You really blow my mind every time I'm on a space with you. You blow
An honor to serve.
yeah. Incredible. We need hundreds of you. One is not enough.
That can be
All right, my
arranged.
friends. Yeah, exactly. We're closing in on that. All right. So, let's just hear what Blitz has to say. You there, Blitz?
Yeah, I see it now. That's so dope, man. I think I'm gonna send you a DM. We gotta talk more because this can definitely be real useful.
Did you like it?
Appreciate it. Huh?
Did you like it? I had to put the Brooklyn there as a placeholder.
Yeah, yeah. See, I like it, man. This is dope. I gotta look more into it, but this is definitely dope.
And the source code is right there.
Imagine being able to make, like, go and have spaces and you make live websites as the people are talking, and then they just pay you by buying the keys to the websites as an NFT.
It's all possible. You've seen it today. There's no
Yeah,
stopping this. The only thing stopping this is people who want the service, right? So anyone you need that needs a site like this or any prototype, really, invite them next week and we'll knock them out one after another after another.
it's such a good spaces to hold. Just get people coming on and creating websites. Really cool. Well, I look forward to next week's space and the absolute explosion of creativity each week. Blows my mind. But I'm going to have to love y'all and leave y'all later. Any final words before we bid farewell? All right, guys. I can't thank you enough, Blockface, for just coming on and sharing what you share. It's amazing. And thank you to everybody else who was here. I appreciate you all so much and for supporting us. Art on Stacks every Tuesday, 2 p.m. on ET. We are doing the DeGrants funding program at the moment. We focus here on NFTs. We'll be going through all the submissions. Applications close on Friday. We'll be going through the submissions over the weekend, and then on Tuesday, I want to invite community feedback. So hopefully we'll have a bunch of community members here and we can chat at length about each proposal. We'll sort of split it up and we'll just go through each proposal, let everybody hear what it's all about. We'll all sort of chat about it briefly. And then myself and the stewards will do final voting the week, I think, of that. So yeah, we're pretty close to the end of it. We've got 14 applications so far in for the NFT track. There's some incredible things there. So guys, we've got a lot to look forward to with NFTs on Stacks. Please spread the word and let people know that we are bringing NFTs back with a bang on Stacks. That, my friends, is all. Thank you so much. Good night and keep creating until next week. Bye.